So I am using the 28 gauge or 0.32 millimeter Kanthal, and I'm using 0.5 by 0.1 millimeter Kanthal ribbon for this. All I'm going to need is a DeWalt drill. You can use any type of drill for that matter. I'm going to use some pliers, a screwdriver to hold my twists together, and some nail clippers to cut it. That's all you're going to need for this, okay? Now, the first thing you want to do is get a length. I've got about 2 feet of 28 gauge Kanthal, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and even it out because we're going to twist this guy up. So I'm just going to get a little twist started here. Bambo, that's all you need, right? Twist that up. I like to fold the ends over just to make sure that it's going to hold in the teeth of the drill. Open that guy up and jam that twist in between those teeth. Tighten up the chuck. Good luck, Chuck. Give it a little tighten. Now what you want to do is you want to even this wire out. Okay, grab that loop, and what I like to do is take a screwdriver, put it into that loop just to hold everything in place, okay? Now hopefully I can kind of have this in frame. Maybe I could do it like this. And then I just start twisting this up. Trying to keep constant tension on the screwdriver end. Now I'm going to twist this bad boy up tight. Usually when I twist Kanthal, I twist it until one end breaks. And that didn't take too much at all. Alright, so we got twisted Kanthal wire. Okay. Actually looks pretty good. You can twist this up much tighter. Get that little nub out of there. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to jam this back into here. And that's where it will wait. Oh. I need to put another twist on here because it's not quite thick enough. I think there's a piece of steel stuck in here. Yeah, there is, okay. Or I guess it's iron and aluminum and whatever else is in Kanthal wire. Just want to make sure that will stay in there. Okay, I'm going to move this out of the way. Here's my Kanthal ribbon wire. Now it's been on this little spool, so it's twisted up a bit. You just want to straighten this up a bit. Kanthal ribbon's really easy to straighten. You just tug on it and it'll straighten up with a little bit of pressure against it. It should turn the way you want it to. Now this doesn't have to be perfect because we are just wrapping it, but you want it to be fairly straight. Like you don't want this wrapping up and twisting as you are wrapping this around your twist. Okay, I've got about 3 feet of this right now. I've got a ton of this wire. I'd rather have more than not enough. Now, what I like to do is I like to put a slight bend in this, and that bend is going to go in between these teeth right here. Maybe that'll stay. Put that in there. There we go. Tighten that guy down. Tighten it up. Now give it just a couple of manual twists. You just want to get this started. All right, one more. Okay, so we got that where we want it. Now the fun begins. Okay, you want to keep your index finger against this piece of twisted wire, and you want to have your thumb holding the Kanthal ribbon. You just want to keep a constant angle on this, and it will just wrap and wrap as you turn your drill, okay? And this is how it's going to go down. Start out slow. It's kind of tough right here where the ribbon's starting to try and hit my finger. But it'll go. There we go. Once you get a little groove down, you can kind of speed this up. Man, my fingers are dirty. Man, I gotta stop working so hard. I put together a tiger coil, and it works pretty good, but you can't beat the flavor and the heat off of one of these flat bastard coils. Like, it is so good. But it is a lot of wire. Like, you're using 3 feet of Kanthal ribbon to make, you know, a dual coil setup and maybe, you know, a single wire setup. But man, it's good. I've tried this with 30 gauge and it's just not as good. That's all it wrote. Okay. Careful. Alright, so let's take a look at the result. The result is this. And the flavor off of this build is phenomenal. It beats the Tiger Coil. The heat that you get off of this is just incredible. So if you like a warm vape, you will dig this, okay? And then we'll clip the ends, because that's what I like. That's what I like. That's what I like. And then vape me, my friend. Da-na-na-na, da-na-na, da-na-na. Oh shit, so I've got a piece here. Should be enough to dual coil. Leave a little bit of a leg on here. Put my thumb over it. I'm going to do 5 wraps, okay? There's 1. Trying to keep these as close to one another as possible. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. There's 5. Okay? Then I just give that a little snug. Same thing on this leg. Alright, now we can put it through our post holes. Okay. So, got the other build out of here. This thing's kind of messy, but I'm just going to put the same juice in it anyway, so not too worried about that. Just feed that bad boy in there. This is how I've been doing all of my builds, is just single piece of wire. I really dig it. Okay, let's see if I can just tug this in with my fingers. Sometimes I need to use pliers or tweezers just to yank this through, especially when you have this much wire going on. Okay, so that should be pretty close. Grab a screwdriver, tighten that down. Make sure you have your firing pin locked so that you're not firing this as you build it. Okay. Snug that down. Make sure they're snug. Then I like to push this towards the center a bit. There we go. Right about there. Take this leg, and I'm just going to push it out of the way. Give this a twist. Throw my screwdriver underneath this piece of wire. You can pick this up a bit. And I'm going to start wrapping it. Try not to stab myself with that piece of wire. So, just trying to duplicate that same coil on the other side. 5 wraps, right? So this is the third one. Going for 4. So we got, this one's going to be the 5th. So the 5th one we're not going to completely wrap. What we want to do is push it through the post holes, or post hole. Let's get it in there and push it through. Now this guy will always want to cross over your other coils if you let it. So I put my fingernail in there and just start yanking so it doesn't overlap. Okay. Now what you can do is just give this little pulley pull, then make sure it's as far away from the post as the other side is. So just make a little adjust, snug that up. That's where I want it. Tighten down the other negative post. And there she blows. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Just going to try and push it towards the center, just like that guy. You can move it a bit. I like this wire. It's pretty forgiving. It's really soft right now. Let's try and center that up. This one's moving as I do that. Man, this freaking thing always starts to loosen off on me when I do these builds. Stop that. Okay. You can adjust it afterwards still. So let's see what this thing is going to read right now. We haven't even pinched the wires together. I'm taking the whole top cap off here. Make sure that stays locked. Okay, put it on here. Do. The same thing happened in the other video. This doesn't want to go on for me. Alright, so it looks like we're at a 0.38 right now. It might get a little lower as we squeeze these together. It might go to about a 0.25, I think. Yeah, 0.25, 0.28 usually on this similar build. Okay, so I like it. Let's do some dry firing, and we will pinch those coils together a little bit more. Okay, now I'm just going to cut the legs off because I feel like we're good where we are. Cover your eyes, kids. Once again, cover your eyes, kids. There. Get rid of that crap. Okay. Done with that. Now we can unlock it. The Nemesis. The Nemesis. The Nemesi. The Nemesino. It's probably going to burn off some juice remnants. Alright. I think we have a loose lead. There we go. Because that leg was getting hot from the center. So make sure everything is snug. Now that one's heating up nicely. It'll take a minute for everything to kind of come together here. Just hold it. You don't want to be firing this and pinching it at the same time. Just heat it up, then pinch after you've let off. It's heating up nicely, but this coil is a little closer than that one, and I don't like that. So I'm going to try and move this right now. Push this to the center. Pull that over. There we go. Push that in. Just making sure I don't want this to touch the top cap when it's firing. You don't want that at all. That's a bit better. Okay. Fire again. Fire in the hole! And I think this backed off again. This is the problem with Phillips screws, is that they do this, especially on a build that's twisted or wrapped like this. It always backs off a bit. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Oh, look at that. It is going to be so good. It is going to be so good. 30 amp batteries. I'm going to go through about 4 of them tomorrow on this. Oh, yeah. So that's it. That's the Flat Bastard. It's a really nice vape. Really, really nice vape, okay? Flavor, heat, it is awesome. Okay, so let's check out the resistance and see if it's changed. Because I was thinking that it was going to go from, what was it, like 0.32, 0.34, whatever that was. I have a feeling it's going to be like 0.28 or 0.25, somewhere in that neighborhood. Really? You're kidding me. Are you serious? I don't mind if it's 0.38. I just thought it would go down there. Alright, 0.38 it is. That's weird. Oh, it was 0.32, wasn't it? Or 0.38. No, 0.38 it is. It might go to 0.32 if I pinch this. Usually, after you vape this coil for about a week, it becomes this solid piece that doesn't even move. It's really, really great, and it lasts a really long time. So that's why I dig this build a lot. All right. So that's it for that. Maybe I'll wick this and then I'll blow some clouds at you. Previously on Maestro Vapes, the build was the Flat Bastard. I got this thing all wicked up right now. It's just cotton wicks. I actually used 2 pieces of cotton wicks, little bunny ears on both sides, tucked some underneath the coils. No big deal. That's what it looks like, okay? Let's put some sauce on her and see how she vapes. See how she vapes. Juice this up. Oh yeah, look at you. You're all grown up now. Going to school. Next thing you know, you're gonna have a boyfriend. I'm gonna kick the shit out of him. I mean, that's gonna be nice for you. Little Coil. Don't you be growing up too fast. Anyway, but yeah, this thing just works phenomenal. I put a lot of wick in here because it cooks off juice. It gets really warm, so it kind of needs it. Kind of needs that little insulation. Okay, so that's it. Where'd I put the lid to this thing? Yeah, there you are. I'm liking this UCAN now. I'm really digging it. I am. I like it. Not sure how fresh this battery is, but it's got to be over 3.7 volts. Or is it? Yeah, there's a lot of juice in there. All right. See how she vapes. Oh, the flavor off this is so much better than the Tiger Coil. So much better. It really kicks you right in the tongue. It's so good. And yeah, it vapes awesome. Just really deep, thick, rich vapor. It's really, really nice. Really, really nice. There it goes now that some of the juice is burnt off a bit. Man, I got a poor connection on my battery or somewhere here. I know what it is. It's because this Nemesis, the pin backs off a little bit when you tighten this down, and it kind of pisses me off. Alright, let me do it like this. Sorry, we're having technical difficulties. One moment, please. Someone who gives a rat's ass will be with you in a moment. There we go. That's a little better. Where's that here? Oh God, a little bit more. Oh yeah. Oh Nelly. Oh yeah, she cooks good. I like to oversaturate this when I drip it, but that's just me. Here's a question. How come everybody primes it? When they sub-ohm, everybody does this. They always prime their hit. It's good. Try it out. Flat Bastard Coil. Maestro Vapes. All that good stuff. Catch you on the next one. It's so nice.